here at the historic Indianapolis Motor Speedway, up here in the booth, making a second appearance. Mr. Flirt with Disaster, how are you tonight, man? Thanks for helping me out.
Feeling pretty good, you know. Last race could have been better, but
Summer
you know,
tired.
we don't talk about that. We're just here to watch the new race. Hopefully, see a 19 car do better than what the 19 car in the last race did.
Well, you just ran some laps there. You led some laps. You know how difficult it is in the draft going into the corners, especially on the restarts. We're going to blue screen just for one split second. NRG and KTatty up here as IRRR, but tonight it's just you and me, Flirt. You want to walk down the Golden Brick Road and holding hands?
What do you mean?
That was my plan the whole time.
I love it. I love it.
Putting energies in the booth. He's not racing. He's back up. He's just broadcasting with you.
Okay.
Ooh.
There we go.
So I get my dad on stream. So is this the first father-son stream?
Father, son, and grandpa, and brother stream. This is a whole lot of family tree.
Whoa!
I mean, it's really the tree doesn't have any branches, but you know it's a tree. It's just straight up and down.
All right, look, don't judge this tree. Just because it don't leaf in the spring, don't mean
it's like the Charlie Brown tree from the Christmas.
It's the Christmas. Yeah, I was just going to say, but yeah, Celtics up there in that 11, making his way. AJ Storm in that 2 car up there out of the Cola Motorsports camp. El Parco again running that cool paint scheme back there in third. 2 or 3 cars back there. There's 10, the fastest guy in Heat 5, self-proclaimed Andale, Captain Jack in that 10 car. These guys are already starting to bang them just a little bit, going single file down the backstretch. Draft on normal tonight, only because the draft was on normal for the preset race. We had to make it fair for these guys, but so that's going to be something these guys you can utilize tonight, Flirt.
It definitely made a difference. We were getting way bigger runs, and I know 3 or 4 times the broadcast probably saw. You didn't have a choice but to make them pass, because if you didn't, it was going to cause an accident. We went 3 wide into turn 3, and a lot of cars almost got jumped there.
And we're seeing kind of the same thing we've seen in the preset race. I mean, y'all got single file pretty quick on the restarts, and we're seeing it now. I was surprised to see that, to be honest with you. I mean, we've seen people try to make move on those straightaways, but it didn't usually work. As long as you protected the inside.
I was just about to say that, like, every restart I had, or we did during the preset, I was on the outside, and it wasn't a fight to the front, it was the fight to get it back in line, because you knew the longer you stayed out, you were going to the back.
And making an appearance tonight again, Robbie Racing, the UK driver. Giggity is worldwide. From Brazil down to Australia, all the way over to the UK, pulling out of the draft, making a move on that Captain Jack card, going to try to take that inside line away from the Customs a little bit. Doesn't a different but clean pass right there for him. The 24 car trying to give him a shove down there too, but yeah, that was a good move for you from the UK guy, Robbie, and we didn't expect to see him tonight, but he made an appearance, and he is coming out with some authority, it looks like, real soon.
Let's see if that sticks, but right now we got AJ running in P2 and El Parco running P3. Robbie right behind him has shown up pretty clutch the last couple weeks that he has run.
And yeah, we got Nuka in that 24 car. Nuka hasn't, you know, he made his presence known when he getting his first win here in the Custom Giggity series, the Elite series of Giggity. He's back there in that 24 car, but today he said he didn't feel real confident about Indianapolis, but got to race with him a little bit last night, got to talk with him a lot last night too, so Nuka is trying to be a force to be reckoned with too.
D. Smith and Wicked, they're going to try to hook up the 2 just Chongors chilling in the back right now.
To be honest, that's the best place to be, because I know when we first single filed out, nobody knew kind of what to expect, and a lot of accordion effect happened. And I know cars towards the back were getting a lot of front end damage from just cars slowly basically breaking in front of them.
These corners are kind of like going into a road course corner, not as significant obviously, but everyone's got different let-off points, and we mentioned that during the road course races over the last few weeks during the playoffs. Flash 9, he's the one in between that main pack and the two behind him with Wicked and D. Now, I wonder if, they're trying to save something, just to maybe be able to take 2 tires.
I know for us, we were able to get 19 to 20 laps out if we were all just rolling in the draft. So with customs, they might be able to get that extra lap or 2, or they might be able to take no tires at all, to be honest with you.
And Private Pat, and Private Pat just, we saw him racing the preset race with you, Flirt. He's over there, got himself a couple wins this year, but he said, no, strategy might be a deciding factor for some of these guys in the cutoff.
It definitely played a difference because we saw Jake in the first stage and the second stage, like lap 8 of the stage, go down pit road, and looks like
he was always the
wall
first
right there.
And AJ's going to go down low.
Literally, he would pit probably 7-8 laps sooner than everybody else, and it didn't really help him too much, but it did get him a few spots. But I know the people who were pitting earlier in the run were getting better, or later in the run actually, were getting much more rewarded for it. So if you can stay out there, it seems like you do gain a lot.
So as far as I'm concerned, looking at the points right now, Cole is pretty well locked in. Behind him, I would think Flash and Captain Jack are pretty well locked in. That 4th spot's going to be the big one. We got literally 4th through, honestly, literally 4 through about, I would say, 8 is a toss-up. Celtics needs a good run tonight. Needs to get some stage points and needs to get a good finish to absolutely lock himself in. AJ's in 5th place, 1 point behind.
2. Celtics got the pole.
2, that's right. Celtics did get the pole, so he's actually sitting at 55 points rather than the 54 that was updated after last week. AJ sitting at 53, El Parco 51. Behind them, D Smith 49, and then Robbie 48. So, then we got 2 guys at 46.
Mentioned are literally 1, 2, 3 and pulling away. It's like they know the importance of the moment.
Celtics does show up every week. AJ shows up every week. I think Celtics is going to make the move here, and he does. He's going to get underneath AJ. AJ's not going to fight it right now. It's too early in the race. AJ probably did his homework and said, hey, you know what? Oh, maybe he didn't. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't realize that he's 2 points right now behind 4th. But right now, just stage points is going to help. But I really don't see Captain Jack, Flash, or I'm pretty sure them 3, Cola, Flash, and Captain Jack, I'm pretty sure them guys are pretty well locked in.
Like
big battle up here for the lead. Yeah, we got a big battle for the lead. Go ahead, Flirt. Sorry.
I was gonna say that's a hard pass during the short shoot to get out of 1, back in the throttle, and get back under him into 2. But it looks like now he had to fall back in line. But what I was gonna say is, if you know you are the 3 guys that are on the points line, if I'm them, I want to line up. I want to get as far away from the pack, and then we battle it out for the stage. I don't want to let the second group creep back in, because right now, if I'm guaranteed stage points. But they continue to pass, and that second group continues to get closer and closer.
The 48 needs to get around the 2. That would creep him 1 point closer to AJ. Would put him 1 point back if the 48 were to finish behind the 2. But if the 2 does get around the 11, that's going to put Parco 3 points back, based off stage points.
I mean, all that battling in Captain Jack, he's not on their draft, but he's got to be sniffing it right now, getting ready to pull back.
He's about to be there.
Yeah, and all that, and now they just
AJ gets one.
Take some stage points.
Ooh, Parco clips the wall just a little bit. That's going to cost him. Captain Jack is counterpart out there is right there with him too. AJ falls back to 4th, but that's going to give AJ a chance to get in that draft. But good battle up here with the top 4, and we got a battle brewing behind him for 5th, 6th, and 7th as we see one car coming off pit lane already.
Looks like D went ahead and brung it down. Yeah, it was. So did Wicked. Wicked both brung it down pit road.
Probably on the same strat right there.
I would assume. What lap were we on? Does anybody have a lap count?
Nope, not well. Actually,
11. So they split it in half. Okay, that was a strategy that seemed to work well in the preset around the 11 to 13 lap range, where you see a lot of people came down, and it really benefited them because cars that stood all the way out and ran it out of gas, they were so much slower that they were losing quite a bit of time.
In our early race, guy was passing a ton of people. Robbie, him and AJ are bringing it down right now. Robbie did fall back quite a bit, but he's bringing it down now with AJ Storm. Cole is just chongling. He might have his Robbie gear in. Or no, never mind. That's Flash 9. Sorry, he's just been chongling back there.
Ooh, Captain Jack with a run on Parco. They're side by side down the backstretch.
And Celtics, he's just going to keep running his thing.
He's got a fast car. I've been watching. He's able to run low if he needs to, but even if the car's got underneath him, the runoff he's getting is really keeping him in, which you don't see very often a high line in Indy.
At all.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
And he's going to bring it
Celtics down to pit lane.
He might have been speeding. He was cruising.
Yeah, the highway patrolman might have caught him on that one right there. We're going to see how that pans out. But
every time we said that during the preset race, Puddin', every time we thought someone was speeding down pit road,
it didn't happen.
I was about to say, if you lock them up, as soon as you come off a 4, you usually were pretty good. I know a couple times I was close.
KTatty back here about to get fired again. No orange on that KMS car again tonight, so he'll be on the unemployment line, but he's making a move to the inside of that 48 going into turn 3, and they got Nuka Robberry behind him. He just came off pit lane, so he's got 4 fresh tires too. Hitting your marks here, there's no shift points, but hitting your marks is very important to get into all 4 of these corners since they're separate.
Yeah, and he did not get a speeding penalty. He is off. He took 4 freshies.
One thing I will say though is even if you know your braking points with the draft we were getting down the backstretch, sometimes it wasn't enough. People that were normally hitting their marks were still or ended up with way more speed than anticipated. It was causing a lot of overdrives.
These guys at Darlington last week, you both had to race Darlington. Not one of my favorite tracks to drive.
I raced 5 laps.
I enjoy watching it, but yeah, so a different aspect too. He said I raced 5 laps.
Thank God.
Still clean and green. No cautions tonight here, and the JCR presents the Giggity race at the historic Indianapolis Motor Speedway playoff race.
Captain really seems to have this race under control.
Parco to pit lane.
Here comes,
he's pulling away from a lot of the second group. Hasn't really seemed to be sliding around at all. He obviously has a decent long run car because he's still out there.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. He did kind of scrape the wall there. No harm, no foul. Sometimes it actually kind of helps you. As long as you don't, well, now he's eating the wall in the back stretch. That's not going to help.
$13 viewers for this race. Thanks to everybody out there. There's Jeremy Dillner. That is the Bucked Up GMC. What's up, man? Again, I've known him for a long time. Had a little bit of the vacancy between talking with him, but great guy down there in Florida too. Got himself a Fanatec wheel. His girlfriend got one for him for Christmas. I hope to see him out there on the track. I know he does a lot of dirt racing. El Parco coming out. Dark Humor, the Quackmaster himself. He's out there. Wide Open says, you know what? No pit stop in stage 2. So that's a bold strategy also. But there's different ways to get around this track and get yourself to the front.
Well, as we have seen all season and every league you'll ever see custom-wise, they have 3 gear setups, and that 4th gear is there. And this is a good track. If you have a 4th gear, you can save the fuel. Taddy did mention it during the preset race. This is a really hard track to save fuel on preset. Custom, not so much. If you have the gear, you can do it.
Best battle on the track that I'm seeing is between the 32 and the 4. That is between KTatty and Cola Motorsports back here. Cola's going to go to the outside. Taddy's going to go to the inside.
D. Smith right there behind him.
Old D.
Freshies. Are one of the fresher tires on the track right now.
Them guys in front of him have not pit.
Once these guys get spread out too, it makes it a little difficult to find some action on the track. But again, thank you NRG for being up here. I know you're supposed to be on the track, and Flirt, I know you just got up the track and come up here to help me out, guys. Really appreciate it today.
Well, you already know.
I didn't even have time to change out the fire suit. Still sweating in it.
It's still sweating in the fire suit.
I wanna sniff it before it gets dry cleaned.
Don't worry about it.
I bet.
As long as you said sniff it and not wring it out and drink the sweat.
Gets right in front of D. And D ate his butt. I was gonna say something else, but now D has a ton of front end damage.
Yeah, damage at this era track. I see a little lag out of the 19 right now too. At least it appears on my screen. I don't know what you guys are seeing there.
I see it a little bit as well. In this track, this is all aero, so even the slightest bit of damage really messes up your top speed.
Dark Humor, yes, that is Captain Insano you hear. That is the one and only.
Dark, I just want you to know, that time we took it 3 wide, I did it because it was fun. It wasn't because it was forced.
No, he took it because it was forced.
No, I won't be honest. I told him it was forced. I just wanted to do it. I had a run. If y'all remember the Kevin Harvick restart.
Taddy having problems getting off the pit lane. Go ahead, guys.
I wanted to do that. And it was fun. Use all the running you get and throw it to the bottom.
Our Taddy, he needs to go faster because parked in the grass was not the quickest way around this track.
Have you tried it? Do you know if it's slow or not?
Actually, I just watched and witnessed. It's definitely not fast.
It's not? Okay. Well, that's right.
Celtics still running out here. He's got no one close to him behind him. He's got a couple people in front of him. AJ, pretty much same story here. Who's our leader?
The 10.
The 10 of Captain Jack.
Captain Jack still hasn't pit. He's got Cola. Looks like they're both bringing it down right now. Oh, and Cola got into the back of Captain Jack right before they got into pit road. I doubt either of them got a pit road penalty. So there's some team strategy over there in that camp.
Yeah, I'm on board with AJ. He's the only one not hanging out with his team members right now, but he's got pressure from Robbie Racing behind him and El Parco.
What'd you say, Taddy?
24 took over the lead.
24 is our leader.
So Nuka Bob.
I think he's on fuel save mode. When you had said that he had pit, he had not yet pit.
Nuka Bob trying to pull some strategy up there in Maine.
He's one of the contenders as far as points go. These stage points would be crucial. Even though his number buddy...
is it a caution coming on?
No, 5 laps to go on the stage.
I think Nuka may be out of fuel because he is way off the pace.
Well, he is way off the pace. He is saving fuel.
No, yeah, he's just saving. Because when I watched him down the back stretch, it seemed like he had that thing wound up and coming off a force. It sounded like he never really got back in, so I guess he must be really saving.
I mean, this could definitely jolt him up through a few guys in the points if he wins the stage. Flipping hiccups. Whoever invented hiccups.
Oh yeah, Ashley tells me she gets into her medical terminology. It's because something's not closing in and letting air in. I'm like, I don't need to hear it. Just make them go away. Robbie Bob Quantum? Ooh.
Robbie Bob Quantum.
I don't know who's in second, but they'd be just getting ready to go into turn 3 right now.
IRR, as usual, not worth a damn.
Well, I mean, I'm back in 8th, so I can't see second. I can only see 6th.
Because looking on Nuka's screen, there isn't really anybody
No, but they've caught him about a quarter of a track in the last 2 laps.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Celtics would be my guess, being in P2.
Wide open said no pit Nuka. That doesn't go as well as no pit Puddin or no pit Pendle, but yeah, but see what's up there again, guys. Tonight, Custom, everybody trying to track their way, the top 4 right there, trying to get their way to Homestead. AJ Storm, man, we're thinking about you and your family still. We had a fun little race the other night. Still a lot of custom paint schemes, a lot of number 2s being ran out there for you, too. So, but don't think that we're not still thinking about you, buddy. We love you and we're thinking of you, and we're hoping everything's going to get well for you soon, man.
And Flash 9, he was on the apron on the backstretch. I'm wondering if he's about to pit or he's
Celtics
just trying to stay out of the way.
Celtics is there. So I'm assuming this is going to be the taking of the lead.
Cola in the wall. Yeah. I'm pretty. Yeah, this goes way off the face.
Yeah.
Wicked Gatekeeper out there. We talked to him a little bit earlier. I was shooting people with him in a different game. He wanted to come out and bang some lefts here at Indy.
I hope that was in a different game.
Well, yeah, no kidding. Here comes the 48 around the 24. And the 2.
So that pushes that strategy to get some stage points.
Who's our leader now?
P11.
Yeah,
Coming to the white flag
Well,
right
I'm
now.
talking about 1 lap to go, more power, baby.
Nuka just lost all the stage points he could have got right there because he got passed. So now he can set himself up even worse if he keeps dropping positions.
If he didn't, if I'm him, if I feel uncomfortable about making it 1 more lap, I would have brought it down pit road. But I actually, at this point, it don't matter because once 10 guys cross the line, he ain't gonna go a lap down.
It's last lap, you can't go lap down if you've already.
Yeah, exactly. So he's testing it out. He tread the waters. I'm pretty sure he's out of fuel now, but
plus had he pit, that would have been a 1 lap penalty unless he did the double pit.
So he
That was 6, 7,
maybe he was just testing it out.
8. So yeah, he's been all the way to the end of the field. I mean, I guess
So
it's a good time to test it.
Yeah, and we just seen the 32 past him. The 32 was actually going fast for the first time all race.
I was actually cruising just before pit stop. I just spun out. I mean, I started 9th, dude. I was up in 2nd before pit stop.
32
Yeah,
thinks he's fast. Yeah, he's out. He out. He like sauerkrauty.
Alright, so we have Celtics,
Whoa.
Parco, AJ Storm.
Alright, Celtics. That's 3 points up. Not gonna put him in 3rd. You said who?
Celtics, Parco, AJ. So Captain Jack.
So Parco and AJ are gonna be tied.
No, Parco gained 2, AJ gained 1. So Parco got 53, AJ got 4.
So there's gonna be 1 point difference between 5th, but Celtics is just.
He's got 4 points now.
Exactly. I mean, he literally basically solidifying his
well, it actually
way into
happened
Homestead unless he really gets messed up or
So it actually happened right
he
there.
lags into everyone.
That put Captain Jack in danger. He's at 60. He's only 6 points ahead of AJ and 7 points ahead of Parco. If they get stage points again without Captain Jack getting stage points, and then they finish in the same positions, Captain Jack could be the one eliminated.
Nuka said, no one's making fun of you, Nuka. You know, he's out there racing, but tuning into the YouTube at the same time. He said, I'll do whatever I got to do to win. Strategy is strategy. I have done that myself. I have stayed out way too long sometimes, but you were able to make it stretch and get there, but you still got yourself a good finish. But Celtics out there, and it's got AJ pushing him. The 4 Cola Motorsports has El Parco who's outside going down the backstretch. I think that's the 21 of Flash 9 going 2 and 3 wide here at Indianapolis.
And AJ is definitely going to drive it in here. Hopefully he keeps it down, and he does a little bit. Celtics checks up. That's the last thing you want is to get put on one of them short shoot walls. It is terrible. But Celtics power move on the outside.
He's the only person I've seen been able to consistently just push the outside and keep position. Ooh, 4 in the wall.
They're trying to go single file draft on normal tonight again to keep it fair for the preset race. You gotta find that breaking point or turning marker into turn 1. NRG brought it up. That shade brings the big back into it. 3 is a little bit easier, but if you are in that draft, you got to take that into consideration too, because it will pull you up.
Yeah, I don't. It's hard to find your mark in turn 1. Turn 3 is a ton easier. That shade. I mean, I like that it's a thing. It makes this track a little more difficult. Not that I mean, I like this track on preset. I don't care for it on customs, but I'm not one of them I'm not one of the people that have a let off point. I just go with the feel. That's just me though. Maybe that's part of my problem. I don't know. That's a story for another day. But anyway, we'll see if the 48 kind of clipped the wall and put it up to 2.
Somebody was hard into the inside. I don't know if they actually hit the wall or not. It was Cola.
I think that's Cola. Yeah, Cola Motorsports.
Looks like he hit he's got damage. So I'm assuming he actually hit the wall.
KTatty up here in 4th. Celtic still leading. Go ahead and enter.
Cola don't really have to do much right now. If anything, he's probably trying to help out his teammates, well, his drivers with AJ and Captain Jack, try to get their way into the playoffs. I don't blame him, but Cola's out here to win races, but I'm pretty sure tonight he's kind of just chongling. I like that word, dude. Chongle's fun.
It's like Parco's finally got a sniff of Celtic drafts too, and he's slowly pulling him back in after he had a decent little gap from him for a little bit.
We got a group of 4 and a group of 3, and then behind them it's just not a whole lot. Decent, I was gonna talk about him. What the hell? Never mind. AJ pushing Tatty.
This is where you got to decide pit strategy, because like right now, if you're way in the back, do you try to run it all the way out, or do you try to pit early and try to make up those time with the freshies?
I mean, Nuka almost had it right, almost saved enough to. Well, honestly, let's get real. I don't blame him for trying it out, because why not? Especially if you're not going to go a lap down. But he had to save way too much to the point where even when the people who pit still caught up to him. So I would think he's one of the guys that's probably going to...
Tatty makes a move on the inside of 48. Sorry, NRG.
Do something different. You're all right.
Tatty, this stage is 22, correct?
Yep.
Okay,
and,
so it is a 22-lap stage.
Nuka ran 24 laps last night before he ran out of fuel.
That's what I was going to say, is this is a shorter stage, so if he was going to do it, this was the stage where you could benefit, because if he was able to get 24, he should easily be able to get 22.
Well, I'll tell you, the one person who is definitely not saving fuel is Celtics. Being out front, not being in that draft. It's going to hurt him more than anyone here if he just runs it out like he is right now. However, we didn't see in the preset race, we didn't really see anyone save. They all, again, they split it in half, or they just ran it out, came down, took a splash, maybe right side tires, and dang it.
I think the longest I saw anybody go was probably 19 laps.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different here.
And with the ability to change tire wear and stuff like that with a custom, like for me, I was running out of tire, getting really low on tires with 3 to 4 laps of fuel left, so I was always on the more cautious side of bringing it down. So with them, they could probably run out of gas if they run out of tires.
Yeah.
that second group formed up. They were up to Celtics for a second, but they have fallen off. Decent little ways. Looks like Taddy's leading them around now. See, that might change something.
That's why we're going so slow.
Celtics just smooth. I haven't really seen him have any stutter either. Seems to have a fast car. Granted, you can't really tell with just watching him go around the track with this game. You know, if we had a ticker right now, we'd be a lot more in tune with it. But what do we expect?
Surprisingly, I haven't heard anyone complain about him lag yet this race. Hopefully this ain't the commentator's curse.
This is just one of those tracks.
Apparently I play Dark Humor and Mad tomorrow, so therefore we'll play you tomorrow if that's what you said. But yeah, we haven't seen too much lag out of the 11 tonight. Unfortunately, he is very quick, but seen that in the past. So looking good so far tonight, guys.
AJ's really off the pace now. He let off of Taddy and El Parco. So he's definitely trying to save that.
I was say this is the point where they realized, hey, I can probably back off and make it with the 22 lap stage. So they're going into the saving mode.
Captain Jack and Flash 9 back here, just drafting. D Smith back here. Also, I believe he's probably saving as well. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone out here is saving. Cola getting passed by Nuka right now.
Looks like besides Captain and Flash, everybody else is just kind of spread out.
Yeah, I'm on board with Flash and Captain right now. They got a nice little battle going on their flirt.
And there's not. What sucks is you want to obviously pass people, but you really want to stay in line because battling just. Ooh, Captain in the wall. Looks like he lost a lot of speed. So I'm assuming he hit that piece of foam coming out of two.
Yeah, and that's gonna let Flash to get by.
I think that's called a safer barrier, not foam flirt.
You know what? We're changing the vocabulary out here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. I'm alright with change. Change is alright. We got to change today in our government system, so.
Anyway.
Too tight. Yeah, I was just gonna say we're not. What did White Oak say? Too tight to fuel save gear. Okay.
Flash gets tight going into 1, and here comes Captain Jack all over his bumper going into 2. Lets him. He let off. He's definitely saving. Pretty much everyone's saving fuel, I believe, except for maybe Celtics.
I was gonna say I was just scrolling through the field, and I don't really see too much pushing the issue. It looks like Celtics is bringing it down right now.
Yep, he is.
What lap are y'all on, Taddy?
I'll tell you when I get to the start finish line. We have 11 to go.
11 to go. So basically split it in half. So
it did work out for him first stage.
If you're Celtics, do you take 2 or do you take 4? If everybody else is saving, those 4 tires are going to make you faster.
Splash on purpose.
That is true. That is another strategy. I think I want tires, but I could definitely see somebody. I guess if your car's feeling very good, he took a splash. Yep.
I'm taking nothing. I'm not taking fuel. I'm not taking tires. I'm just going in there to wave hi to my pit crew, and I mean that's the whole reason. You want to say hi to your pit crew? I like it. Just don't take anything.
I just needed to get off the gas for a second. My foot was falling asleep.
Hey, how y'all doing? You alright? Yeah, we're good. Alright, I'm gonna head out.
I'm just coming to check in on y'all. Y'all ain't getting paid to sit around, so I gotta make sure we're up and ready.
Y'all bored or what? Someone take a hammer to this ish.
I mean, it doesn't look like anybody's pushing the issue, so I'm going to assume most people are trying to make it to that 22 lap. The closest anybody's came is Cola and Wicked. They're just past each other, but that's really about the only somewhat action going on the track.
Man, we have a whole nother stage of this. Who put this on the schedule?
C.E.O.
That guy's an asshole. Oh, here's the professionalism coming out of me again.
This track is historic, but I mean, it turns into single file racing for the most part.
Well, I ain't nowhere to pass until someone messes up.
Like, the only really thing you can do consistently is build a run down a backstretch and basically play chicken into the corner. And you can do that for a while, but on old tires, even that gets super dangerous as a passing strategy.
I think we need to get rid of the whole crown jewel thing now that it's going to be the road course next season, thankfully. Because at least that will provide decent racing. This race has never provided any racing at all. It's literally been the worst race of all time. I mean, unless you want to talk about last year's, or not last year, but the year before Dover's races. Terrible.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or New Hampshire.
Scrolling through the field, I don't see anybody within a second of each other besides Nuka and Cola. And it looks like Cola's just hanging on the end of his draft, just trying to save.
Robbie back here, he has no one in front of him, no one behind him. I don't even know what position he's sitting in. Same thing. Captain Jack and Flash, they're just kind of with each other still.
Captain
Who's
Jack's
our leader?
The 48 cars leader.
So
Alright.
Parko's got a clean track in front of him. And looks like Flash is probably half a backstretch now, probably about a quarter of a backstretch behind him.
Keep in mind on the playoff aspect that Parko and AJ are the two that are chasing both Captain Jack and Celtic. Celtics being the only one to pit, and Captain Jack not in the top three.
Is that... Who is behind Parko? Is it Storm?
AJ's in second, yeah, AJ's in
yeah,
second.
that's what I was just saying. I had to scroll around to get to him. So, from that strategy side, I mean, this could actually hurt Celtics a lot then. If they're that close.
Yeah.
And then, because this should put Celtics at a point, or stage points, if they actually do make it to the end like they are right now.
I will say, AJ is due to blow a right rear tire here anytime soon.
But just looking, I mean, from a point side, the only people that are going to benefit out of this whole long run is going to be Parko and AJ. Everybody else is, unless you just somehow pull a magical speed out of nowhere and catch back up. I mean, it's pretty locked up the way they're saving right now.
Captain Jack is in fourth though, I mean he was catching. Looks like he's already saved enough because he's catching it pretty quick.
So in the Celtics, he's about half a track behind.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Jumping on Captain Jack's onboard, he is about a corner behind him, and he is gaining really fast. How many are left in the stage?
Robbie hard into the wall back here.
So 5, they're within the window. Ooh, yeah, ooh. I just looked up the live feed of this. I think Captain can get up to Flash and take those points away, but I don't think he'll have enough to get up to Parko because I still can't even see Parko on his screen.
Somebody just pit. I think it's Parko.
Let me jump around.
It was Robbie. It was Robbie.
It was Robbie. Okay.
Four to go.
Let's see. Parko's got
He's getting ready to come off 2 right now.
So he's got about a 3-second lead over Flash. And where does that put? There goes Captain coming out.
By me now, yeah.
So he's got, Captain ain't gonna have enough time, unfortunately. I was looking at the wrong thing. And if he does, he's gonna have to turn it on. Let's see, is Parko closed the gap at Flash closed the gap on Parko, I should say. Looks like Flash just came down, actually.
That's AJ Storm.
Is it AJ? Sorry, I keep...
Yeah, AJ is
I see the red. Yeah, so if Parko can make it, he's got a clean track in front and behind him. Robbie coming off pit road, merging back in.
Bring her in. You're going down.
Little second group. Let's see where Celtics is relative. So Celtics coming out of 1 right now. Celtics is coming out of, or not Celtics, Parko's coming out of 4, so Celtics is in no threat of catching him. Even with those fresh, or well no, he didn't take tires. Looks like D's catching up to Nuka. I don't know if that's position or not, but they're both in hardcore saving mode. Just going around the field, just not much action going on. Just try to make it to the end.
Sorry guys, I had another important phone call there for a moment. I'm trying to listen to y'all and keep up. Robbie makes his way around Flash 9 there.
There's nothing to report besides there is mass fuel saving going on.
Robbie's going to try to get around the leader at any chance possible. He's actually 2 laps down. We lapped him as he was pitting, and then we lapped him before he came off pit road.
So, is he the only car lap down?
Yeah, so he'll get one lap back. But he's trying to get by the 48 if at all possible so that he can get both laps back.
Yep, I was just about to say that. So that's the most entertaining thing on the track right now. Can Robbie make it back up to the leaders? Because it looks like any cars that are close to each other are just following. Trying to get as much draft help as possible to save that extra amount of gas to get to the end. So, who is the top 3 right now? It should be Parko.
Parko, Captain Jack, Flash 9.
Okay.
Parko's got a big lead too.
Yeah. But I'm gonna assume AJ's not gonna get it or anywhere close to stage point, so this will help Parko jump in front of him.
Looks like, yeah, Nuka Bob and D Smith passed me. I'm out of fuel in front stretch. Ooh, if this is a long
Wide open said too out there. He said Robbie's fuel save gear gave him a terrible push tight car. And is that KTatty out on the front straightaway, or is that?
Yeah, I ran out. Yeah, I ran out. So Parko, Captain Jack, Flash 9, those are your top 3.
So Parko with 3, I don't have the points in front of me. I'm assuming that should put him.
That puts him
behind.
at 56. He's 2 points behind Celtics.
That's what
and 4 points behind Captain Jack, but 2 points ahead of AJ. So that puts Parko in that 2nd position. Or 5th position.
So those final 2 spots are far from wrapped up.
So we're going into stage 3, huh?
We are.
Yep.
Who's gonna let it all hang out? Let's see what happens. We're gonna rack them and stack them, y'all.
You have 4 points from 4th to 6th in points.
Parko and Captain Jack on the front row going into this tricky turn 1. Flash 9 and Nuka, D and Celtics, your top 6. Parko's gonna lead them down to the green flag. Here we go, stage 3 style.
Ooh,
Giggity racing presented by JCR.
Wicked pulled way out of line. like that bottom line's already formed up, trying to get going. They were getting risky coming out of the corner, almost 3 wide. Parko clears everybody. Looks like Flash is going to pull that top line around, if I'm correct. All the numbers that way. Yeah, it is Flash. Dives in there low. Going to pull up to the 48. But the 48's looking pretty strong right now. He hadn't really good steam open it up. But now he's at the front with all he can show. He's looking pretty strong. But Celtics is coming up in, was that 4th? Celtics wants that spot back. Go back, looks like single file. Yep, all the way to the field, single file. Nuka has recovered from his stage 1 saving incident. Back up to 3rd. Just made the wall. Was that AJ? Looks like AJ hit the wall. Yep. Gonna lose some time to Cola. Country, Country takes it into turn 3, takes that 3rd position away. Is going to put some work on Flash 9.
Country's in preset.
Did I say Country? I see the 11. I see Celtics. My bad. Straight habit.
I do the same thing. It's very difficult sometimes. I look over here, I see Flash 9, and then I'm like, oh, that's Private Pat. It's not the same thing. You know, it is difficult, Flirt. But good battle up here for the lead.
Around. Yeah, I was going to say, Celtics is really working his way back to the field.
Robbie way off the pace. Something happened, or he is in Robbie gear right now, way off the pace.
You'd have to save 8 laps to make it on this one.
Captain Jack clips the wall. That's going to give the opportunity for people to get around him right there. Can he get back in, utilize that draft, hook back up?
Yeah, with Parko winning, Captain Jack, remember, he's only 4 points ahead of Parko. And Parko's in 9th right now. Or not Parko, Captain Jack's in 9th right now.
I would say that would push him out. I mean, granted, Parko's worst nightmare right now, Celtics looking for his spot. Which is going to severely hurt him if he can get up to him.
Hundy out there saying that he does like Parko's paint scheme, the Dale Richard Petty paint scheme. I agree with that. One of the coolest ones on there. Still my favorite of all time, though. Last season, it had to be the Colt Trickle car, though. One of the best looking cars out there. I do like the new Air Force car that I can run it, even though it is a illegal car, since I didn't get that opportunity.
Celtics inside, here we go.
Yep, Celtics makes the pass
before they even made it to the corner, so had a heck of a run. Made that look easy. You know, on the Petty Earnhardt car, I really wish they would have done front and back instead of top to bottom.
I agree with that. Yeah. Still respect, though, to a lot of legends here in NASCAR.
Definitely.
But no, I agree with that.
AJ looks like he's falling off the pace of the front pack, which is slowly seeing his playoff hopes fade away if that keeps happening, because he looks like he doesn't have any real help behind him, and that front pack continues to push away. Celtics back to the point. I mean, he's been I won't say the car to beat, but probably the most dominant car. Even
yeah, Celtics looking really good. Flash 9 making his way back up to that 3rd spot. Cola Motorsports and Nuka, that's your top 5.
I was going to say, Cola, after that stage 2 incident where he hit the inside wall, looks like he's got it fixed and got it rolling. He's already back up in the top pack.
Pass for the lead again. Here comes Parko, going to have some help. Chevy Toyota Mustang crime with another Mustang back there.
Parko with a great exit. He was able to get that run and clear pretty fast. Just going to keep Celtics up there for, looks like at least another corner if Cola gets around him. No, looks like he's going to be able to fall back in line, not to lose too much ground.
Still with the points battle next week is Homestead. We will complete Season 5 Giggity Racing this year, next week in all 3 series. Going to take some time off, about 3 weeks. That'll give everybody time to go out and do some practice, have some fun, get acclimated with their new teams in the team chats. Patton said, how many is Celtics up by?
I believe Celtics was up by 2 over Parco, but I don't know as they run.
Accurate.
Which looks like Cola and Nuka are going to push past Celtics, and that should flip the points to put Parco, the final car, in.
Well, keep in mind right now with where Captain Jack's running, they're both in.
Yes, that is true. I keep forgetting Captain Jack is not in this front pack anymore. He looks like he's having a bad time with that car flipping back around to him. Just watching him come off the floor, and he did not look too settled.
Flash 9 making moves up here too, trying to get back up to everybody too, so he's got himself a nice little burner of a car.
Cola, see, looks like it wants to be his time to shine because he is making some moves. He went from the back of this line to the front, is now throwing in there for first place. Here we go.
Yeah, and they're going to be teammates next year, different series over there at Money Racing. Cola to the lead.
Looks like Parco clipped Flash a little bit and what made him lose his speed. But, ooh, they are pulling some moves down here.
Dark said we need a points ticker like on NBC. Well, guess what? We're doing the best we can with what we're doing, all right? You know, Monday night was a great night with D. Smith doing it, and then we had Tatty helping out there in the presets. We got NRG over here in the custom race, so we're doing the best we can. Go quack yourself right now. Golly.
If we couldn't get a standings ticker for just the running order yet, I'd give it another 4 or 5 games before they even think about some type of points counter for you.
Well, in order to do something like that, though, you could do it like for a preset, but for the legs, though, you know, from public lobby to league racing, you would have something they'd have to incorporate and then set up into your settings for the league. You know what I mean? But maybe that would be cool to have a league setting. It's Nuka gets way loose.
Pushes looks like Nuka down a little bit, or if he was trying to avoid something, but he almost got forced down pit road. Not a definitely been a penalty. Going back to the points thing, I know I don't play F1 that much, but I hear F1 has like a commentator spot where you have a lot of control of a lot of stuff, so it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't have something like that.
Yeah, I don't play a lot of F1. I got it for free off PlayStation Now, and I do enjoy it, especially on the wheel. The hard part for me over there is learning the tracks, but the technicality that they brought to that game, there's no reason why NASCAR can't have the same thing.
Not wrong at all. Looks like Celtics back up to that second line. Gonna see if he can pull the rest of that group back up to Parco, because all that shuffling is giving him a decent little gap.
I don't know if Nuka almost hit or just met Jesus, but he almost met the pit lane with a speeding penalty there, Dark. But you have El Parco up front still leading Celtics. Colin Motorsports, Flash 9, and Nuka are still starting to walk away a little bit.
That second group's pulling him back in. You can see that draft pulling Celtics up, and with the push of Cola, yeah, they're going to be there before turn 3 probably. Looks like he backs it up just a little bit so he can probably get that run back in. And then just like that, they're a big pack again. Ooh, Celtics overdrives. 4 coming out. It's going to let Cola get right below him. Let's see who Flash goes with. Looks like Flash and Nuka choose Cola. Are going to try to push him on back. Going to leave Celtics out coming through.
It's a chess match up here for the front. Who do you want to go with? What line do you want?
Celtics gets cleared by Cole, who slides up in front of him. Looks like Flash is gonna try to take that spot away from Celtics, but he's not gonna get the drive off. Celtics holds on to third, but Cola is all over the bumper. The 43 he dives it low. It's a drag race into 3.
Yeah, Cola's going to have the preferred line right there. That's going to make El Parco push up just a little bit, and everybody else behind him. No, Parco pulls back down, tries to cross him over. Not a good opportunity to do that, because by doing that, you're going to have to drift back up. You're going to cut yourself short there, but that Celtics made up a lot of ground. Great pass by Cola on El Parco.
Celtics is the biggest beneficiary of that stuff because while they were battling, Celtics got ahead of steam, and now he's right back up to the bumper of the leaders. Side by side into one. Ooh,
AJ Storm coming off the off pit lane right here is going to have to utilize that access lane, which he does, because these guys are coming up on the hot and heavy. Can he get back up to speed and catch this draft, try to get the lead back? But so strategy already being played by AJ Storm as Cola Motorsports makes his way around that 48.
We're going to see what this 4-car can do in clean air. It really hasn't had it all race, so you don't know what that's going to mean. But with this draft, I don't feel like any car can just drive away from the pack. We're about to find out. A lot of draft breaking. I haven't seen this much, I don't think ever, of people just trying to break the draft.
I mean, I've seen it on other tracks here at Indy, you do, especially in the Indy cars, but I feel like going down and doing that, I feel like you add length to the track and scrub speed, but you got to do what you got to do to keep those guys from the draft flare from getting to you. It seems to be working for Cola, but that is a bold move back and forth.
Parco clips the wall, loses all momentum, and maybe the draft. Ooh, Parco, I think he's getting a little flustered. It looks like he taps the wall coming into 4. I think he's not completely out of the draft, but he's pretty dang close. That's going to shuffle the points up quite a bit. Looks like D. Smith and Captain are hitting pit road right now. They both get on pretty well.
Yeah, those 4 fresh tires obviously making a difference for AJ. Again, that is not a battle for position. That's him getting his lap back, but that can benefit Cola utilizing his teammates' draft. As Cola clips the wall, and that's going to cost him a couple times. But if he could stick with his teammates' draft right there and pull these guys down, that could have separated him a little bit.
Celtics right back into the picture. Going into turn 3 with that big head of steam, it's literally a game of chicken.
I just caught D. Smith backing up on pit lane. He was going backwards on pit lane.
Cola looks like he's trying to pit. Yeah, Cola's going to get down to speed, or get down to pit speed, and hopefully get some gas and tires on that thing. It looked like it was a little bit loose, getting away from him, just a little bit though. I think that makes the leader. Let's see where I had to go back to. Flash 9, if I'm correct. No, Celtics. Sorry, I didn't see Celtics right there. How many to go, Tatty?
Cola down the pit lane right now.
Gotcha. Whenever you give me or get a chance, give me an update if you don't mind. It's like Parco is just off that end of that draft, but they're just starting to spread out enough to where Celtics coming down 4 pits. So that puts Flash in the lead.
Dark Humor said Indy cars are fun to drive here. In the 109-year history of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, I do not ever recall seeing you walk down that, pedestal next to Danica Patrick or anybody like that, buddy. So I don't know how you know it's fun to drive here, because I've never seen you out there at the Indy 500. I've been to quite a few of them.
Of all the examples you could have used, I like that you chose Danica Patrick.
I mean, I could have used Scott Dixon, but Danica's just, in my mind, better looking, obviously.
I was about to say, you gonna clarify that statement a little bit?
Well, we all know, too, that anybody and everybody out there is a little bit better looking than the Quackmaster himself, but... El Parco down the pit lane right now.
Looks like Flash is just rolling. I don't really see anybody behind him. I assume he's the leader because Celtics pitted.
So Scott Dixon is my dad, Dark said. So, oh, great. So you're from New Zealand. Now that explains a lot. That explains a lot.
Nuke is falling off the pace pretty decent, so I think he might be trying to save a little bit of fuel, push as many laps out of this run as possible. Nope, he's just getting ready to come down. Looks like him and Flash bringing it down this time.
Yeah, I was just going to say it looks like they're coming down pit lane now too. Great to see the old wicked gatekeeper out there. Been absent for a couple weeks. I know he's been working and stuff. Great to see him back out there. Pit lane is a very busy place right now, Flirt.
Definitely. I mean, they're right inside that window to where you can go ahead and make it to the end. I guess your question is, how long do you want to stay out there? Do you want to stay out there and try to make a short pit stop, splash and go, or a 2-tire pit stop, or get down there and get as fresh of 4 tires you can get?
I would always go with 4 fresh tires. 4 fresh tires gives you a chance to make up, what you lose on the track. I think you have an opportunity to make that up here, especially at Indianapolis with those 4 corners. But, man, 4 fresh tires is always the way to go for me, unless you're pushing 4 laps to go or something like that.
Yep.
But 4 fresh is always a good choice.
What are we looking at lap-wise, Tatty?
The leader just took 9 to go.
9 to go. Okay, so I'm going to assume most people have got their stop in already. I don't think anybody's out there.
Celtic's still the leader, correct?
Yep.
He's got himself a decent little gap.
Where Captain Jack is? I know where he's on the track, but do we have a position for him?
He's 6th, I guess.
6th? Okay.
I mean, I can't see him, but he was drafting with D. Smith.
Because him and D are both coming out of turn 4 right now. I just don't know what for position
is Parko
that
in second?
Looks, I would guess Cola's in second according to track position, but I obviously can't verify that. Looks like Celtics, Cola, and then Parko, and then AJ. Looks like AJ's recovered very well. If he's fighting for position, I don't know if he's still lap-wise having issues. I know he passed him at one point, or got passed at one point. But there's a pretty big gap going from Celtics to Cola, and a pretty big gap from Cola to Parko.
Parko has to get by Cola in order to make the Final Four. He's 4 points behind Captain Jack entering this, remember? And so he's only 3 spots ahead of him, so he needs to make up that one other spot, especially with Celtics winning. He's obviously not going to gain ground on the 11 club. So
Celtics is looking pretty good, but Captain Jack is also fighting with, looks like, Nuka and D, so if he ends up getting passed by either one of those, or both of those, that could shake the points a lot as well, and can help out Parko. Because, right now, Captain Jack, Nuka, and D are all drafting together, depending on how that shakes out. That could shake up the Final Four quite a bit, because I don't see Parko getting to Cola. There's a pretty big gap there for how much time is left. And I don't see Cola getting to Celtics bearing caution, obviously. So right now, Parko's best friend is a 24 car and a 19 car. Ooh, Captain Jack hits the wall again. 19 goes by him, and the 24 is already by him.
Yeah, we're watching this right now.
That's gonna... Looks like they're, that's gonna shake up the points quite a bit with those 2 position changes.
Yep. Captain Jack, remember that the tiebreaker goes to the best finisher, so Captain Jack has to beat on points. He can't just tie what Parko's doing right now.
Yep.
So Captain Jack's going to have to make up both those spots in order to advance.
And right now, it's like last time I checked, he's back underneath D, so that would put the tie. So if he passes D, that's a tie, but if he passes Nuka, he gets the championship points, or clears him the championship points.
Spot,
yeah. So he's got to get up to Nuka. Nuka's got a pretty decent lead at this point. I don't know if that AJ, he just passed AJ, so I don't know if that
on board
was for
with Nuka
position
now,
or not.
seeing where they are. Cars battling right behind him.
Coming aboard of his time.
So Captain just passed AJ. I don't know if AJ was for position or not.
It was for position.
It was for position, okay.
So as it sits right now, he's back in 6th place.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Now, mind you, AJ is his teammate, so I don't know if that wasn't just, I don't have a shot.
Let him go.
Get you in, yeah.
D's still on his bumper, so, I mean, I don't know kind of what the thought process for him is, if he's just riding around trying to get this season over with, or if he's going to try to get in there and make a battle for it, but AJ and D are following Captain right now. Nuka's pretty much checked out, so that place is not going anywhere. It's like both the 19 and the 10 are getting just a little squarely off of the corners. Probably trying to loosen that thing up to go as fast as possible. See if there's any. Oh, Wicked's around. Wicked's around on the backstretch.
Good battle up here with Cola and El Parco too. We're seeing.
That could play a huge role if El Parco gets by Cola. That would then mean Captain Jack's going to need to pick up another position.
Yeah, Parco is around Cola. Flash 9 quickly gaining on him right now.
I don't know if Wicked was on the. Wicked was on the backstretch park, so I don't know if he was ahead of
Captain
at
the time. Okay,
Parco clips the wall. That's going to send Cola trying to get around him. Here comes Flash 9, makes his way around both of them because Cola had to evacuate and make an immediate maneuver right there to get around El Parco. Championship implications here tonight at Indianapolis, y'all. Coming into Homestead next week, Flirt.
Keep in mind, if that 11 gets to the start-finish line, next flag will win the race.
Parco's back to Cola. He gets past him. So
he does. He gets around him down the backstretch.
At this point, I have no idea what the points is, I'll be honest. But they are battling like it matters.
Parco has to pass Flash 9, and D. Smith would have to pass...
Flash 9 was not getting passed by Parco right now unless he makes a mistake. That Parco mistake costed him right there. Flash 9 is at least a second out on him. 10 car lengths.
D is completely way off the bumper of Captain, so all Captain's got to do is just basically not mess it up around the speedway. Looks like he'll clinch that final spot.
Wow! I cannot believe what we just saw. Woo! Celtics coming down the backstretch, going to dive it into turn 3, going down to short chute right about now. He will be the race winner unless he somehow makes a mistake here. Looks pretty clean and green tonight. Has been caution free in both Cup Series. Celtics with a dominating win. Tatty said, I don't want to do that extra lap.
Celtics clutched up. And when it mattered most, he went out there and drove away from the pack, really.
Yeah, we're going to have to get some, we're going to get a points recount on that, somebody else said. But AJ Storm looks like he's out of gas back here. A lot of guys trying to push it, but Celtics the winner, but everything is unofficial until it's official.
Celtics going to get to kiss the brick in a do or die situation.
Oh, this is the last lap. Dang, I thought that other one was. Dang.
Oh, never mind, Teddy. Never mind, Teddy.
Oh, well, I was a lap down, and I came to 2 to go, so I don't know why they weren't on the white flag.
Yeah, they are still going green there. I thought that was it, but now Celtics, we got him crossing the bricks right there. There we go.
Now he can kiss him. Sorry, I was a lap too early.
I mean, I was a lap down. I don't know why. When it said 2 to go on my screen, that should have been race.
Well, congratulations to our winners tonight. Everybody who's transferring, that definitely came down to it. I'm telling you, Homestead next week is going to be exciting. Flirt, you'll be racing next week in preset, right? Though,
I just plan on making it as hard as for them to win the championship as possible. You know, make it interesting.
Should be a spoiler effect tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow we have the Xfinity guys going to Richmond Custom and Preset style, so that could be a interesting battle right there. But yes, tonight it goes Celtics, Flash 9, the one and only Parko, Nuka in 4th, Cola in 5th, Captain Jack, the self-proclaimed fastest guy in Heat 5, Mo Power, D. Smith in 7th, KTatty in 8th, the one and only AJ Storm in 9th, and Robbie Racing is the UK guy that brings it up in 10th spot tonight. So I know that you are friends with him. Just to help prevent me from blue screening, can you get double Celtics up here?
I believe I can. Give me just a second.
And whoever this guy is that wants to battle me on Facebook, that's a bad idea. That is a very bad idea. Do not do that. But congratulations to all of our truck guys. Now we have our cup guys solidified. Tomorrow will be the Xfinity, and don't forget to stay tuned with us, because Friday after that, those guys in the development series are still going to be hashing it out in both sides. So Giggity Racing has a very, very big week coming up for us.
I do not have Celtics on my list. I thought I did. So you're going to have to get this one. I don't know why I don't have it in there.
I got it.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Taddy. Indianapolis, too. We saw them race last week at Darlington. Then we bring them up here to a way different style track. Again, that's what I love about the schedule here in Giggity Racing. It makes you all have to think. Some people's preferred tracks may not be other people's fun tracks, so it gives you a chance to race.
Celtics, Flash, and Cola that made it.
So Captain Jack, Flash, Cola, and Celtics.
So if I'm correct, Captain made it by like a point, right?
Made it by 3 points.
Made it by 3 points, okay. Yeah, I thought it was going to be end up closer than that at the end.
Well, it was, but Captain Jack towards the end of that run made up a few extra positions, and as Parker was losing positions after hitting the wall, he lost the spot.
That makes sense.
Thanks to everybody out there who paid attention and tuned in tonight here in Giggity Race, and we do appreciate it. A lot of viewers tonight. There he is, the one and only Mo Power, Celtics. Congratulations on your win. Congratulations on making it to Homestead. And take it away, Flirt.
So I saw almost all race. You were very consistent, whether you were on the top or the bottom. How did the car feel throughout the long run?
I mean, the car was good. Mostly, in the first run, it was we ran about halfway through the first stint, and it was pretty loose. So I had to make some changes on it, but after we made the changes, the car was good the rest of the race, and I felt like it was the best one out there, to be honest. But I believe that.
How do you also feel? I got another question for you. In a do or die situation, winning that race, you feel like you can bring that momentum into the next week of Homestead?
I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping we can bring that momentum there. I mean, I know Homestead's usually a track I'm pretty good at, so hopefully we can just outrace in there again next week. So.
And before I pass it back over to Puddin', I gotta ask you a question that you're probably not gonna be too happy with, but do you think you can do something that Denny Hamlin can't seem to do and actually win a championship?
Ouch.
No, I gotta ask.
Well,
can you finally bring that? Can you bring that 11?
I don't know. I mean, hopefully, maybe he can take some notes if I do it next week.
Send him a clip of how to bring the 11 home a championship.
Oh, that's what we're hoping for.
Well, if I sent him notes, it would be on how to not to have horse teeth. But anyway.
Puddin', you got anything for him?
Congratulations, Celtics. As always, man, you're a dominating factor over here at Giggity and their customs. I know you put a lot of teamwork in over there, and you guys work really hard. You deserve your chance at the Cup next week. And again, JCR, our sponsor tonight, and for the last couple of weeks, have been helping us out. You know, are you looking forward to tasting some of that money?
Oh, hopefully. I mean, I'm sorry, I wasn't really paying attention. I'm just reading our chat here.
Gee, thanks. I'm glad I'm appreciated.
Oh,
he's still mad from when I asked him if Denny can win anything.
Yeah, I'm seeing red right now. Don't say that.
But at least you got to kiss the bricks today, so you got that going for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Duck Humor out there too said, make sure your team doesn't put half a roll of duct tape on the front grill and overheat. So, but congratulations to you, Celtics. You got any last words?
No, that's it.
Flirt?
That's it. Good race, guys. I know it's one of those tracks that's hard to be entertaining, but with all the strategy played out, it was fun to watch.
And thanks again to NRG for helping us out. KTatty for being our IRRR. How do you say that so many times fast? Again, I am Puddin' Knievel 98. Flirt with Disaster. Help me out tonight. We do appreciate it. Tune in tomorrow at Richmond for the preset and custom Xfinity, guys. We will see who goes to the championship there too and sends it off the homestead. For everybody out there, COVID is still real, guys. Please wear a mask. Please social distance and take care of yourself. For everybody here in Giggity Racing, we wish you a good night.